Meeting come to order, please. Press your present button.
This big,
Shut up, Pete.
9,000. I didn't check the numbers when I
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing one.
We have 7.
Oh, record it. Thank you. Staff announcements.
Mr. Chairman, I only have one announcement, and that would be that item 21, which is the preliminary plat for McDaniels Estates Phase 3, has been withdrawn. Other than that, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have for you.
Thank you. Consideration of the minutes of July 11, 19. Any corrections, changes? Motion? Motion made and seconded. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Well, record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Consideration of the consent agenda. Any commissioner wishing to separate any item for separate discussion, please say so now. Otherwise, we'll take it as a whole. Anyone? Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll begin under item 3. Cartwright closed maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $275,000. Recommendation extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 4, Falls Grove, Section 3, maintenance bond for wastewater collection system, $17,940. Recommendation to release the bond. Item 5, Falls Grove, Section 3, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $250,000. Recommendation extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 6, Falls Grove, Section 4, maintenance bond for water, $48,345. Recommendation release the bond. Item 7, Farms at Clovercroft, Section 1, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $240,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year and begin the process to release the bond. Item 8, Fox and Canyon, Section 1, performance bond for landscaping, $36,300. Recommendation, extend for a period of 3 months to allow for completion or bond will be called. Item 9, Fox and Canyon, Section 1, maintenance bond for sewer improvements, $57,600. Recommendation, release the bond. Item 10, Kings Chapel, Section 3C, performance bond for wastewater collection system, $12,500. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 6 months. Item 11, Kings Chapel, Section 8, performance bond for water improvements, $605,000. Recommendation, release to maintenance amount of $90,700 for a period of 1 year. Item 12, Kings Chapel, Section 8, performance bond for wastewater collection system, $132,500. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 13, Kings Chapel, Section 8, performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $525,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 14, Lookaway Farms, Section 1, performance bond for wastewater collection system, $282,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 6 months. Item 15, Silverstream Farms, Section 4G, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, for $50,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 16, Temple Hill, Section 16, Phase C, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $190,000. Recommendation, extend current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 17, Troubadour Club, Section 3, performance bond for wastewater collection, $87,750. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 6 months. Item 18, Vale Creek, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $200,000. Recommendation, extended current amount, review at the scheduled expiration date of June 2020. And item 19, Vineyard Valley Wastewater System, performance bond for wastewater treatment and disposal, $100,800, beg your pardon. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year.
Thank you, sir. Questions on consent? Good. Motion made and seconded. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Don? And, wait a minute. Why did mine go out? Grief. Recorded. Thank you. The motion carries. Under old business, agenda item 20, non-residential site plan review for Kings Chapel Community non-traditional treatment and disposal system on 234.66 acres located off of Murfreesboro Road in the 5th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A site plan for a non-traditional treatment and disposal system was approved for this property in conjunction with the initial approval of the subdivision in 2003, and a revised site plan was approved in 2008. That approval included the use of a step system, and the system has since been constructed and is in operation. The applicant is now requesting approval of a revised site plan for the wastewater treatment and disposal system in order to add capacity to the existing system, which will be used to serve King's Chapel as well as a proposed development on an adjoining property. The current STEG collection system will continue to be utilized, and the existing sand filter treatment area will be abandoned and replaced with an AXMAX treatment system. An amended draft state operating permit has been issued by TDEC for the proposed system. A revised design development report was prepared by the applicant and submitted to the county. County's wastewater consultant has reviewed this report and is recommending approval. Site plan is in order and staff recommends approval. Prior to operating the new AXMAX treatment system, or prior to the submittal of the final plat for Section 10 of King's Chapel, or prior to the submittal of a final plat for any development outside of King's Chapel that may depend upon this system for the treatment and disposal of wastewater, whichever occurs first, and prior to the issuance of a zoning certificate for the system, the applicant shall provide the following. Number 1, a letter from TDEC indicating said system was installed and is functioning. Number 2, as-built drawings showing the location of all system components and a sealed certification letter from the design engineer indicating that said system was constructed in accordance with the approved construction plans and specifications. Number 3, a letter from the owner/utility provider indicating that it has accepted said system and is currently operating same. Number 4, the posting of a performance bond for the expansion of the existing disposal and treatment system in the amount of $381,600. And number 5, posting of a performance bond for landscaping improvements in the amount of $12,400.
Thank you. Questions of staff? Comments? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Prepare to vote. Vote now. Record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item 21 is withdrawn. Agenda item 22, under old business, final plat review for the George Clark Hurd III and Kathy Ann Hurd property, large lot easement subdivision, second and third lots off an easement containing 2 lots on 28.7 acres located off Arnold College Grove Road in the 2nd voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The subject property is approximately 29 acres in size and is located off Arno College Grove Road, approximately 1/4 mile east of Arno Allisona Road. The applicant is requesting approval of a large lot easement subdivision in order to create 2 lots, being the 2nd and 3rd lots off an existing 50-foot ingress-egress utilities easement. The site contains natural resources requiring protection, including steep slopes and woodlands. The site essentially consists of a valley where the land is mostly clear of trees and steep slopes on both sides where the land is heavily wooded. All zoning ordinance requirements, including those regarding the protection of natural resources, have been met. The applicant is proposing individual septic systems for the lots, and the Williamson County Department of Sewage Disposal Management has approved the request. Water will be provided by Millcrofton Utility District. As no fire hydrants are proposed, and as none are currently located within 500 feet of the building envelopes have been separated by 200 feet. The plat is in order, and staff recommends approval.
Thank you, sir. Questions of staff? Comments? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Prepare to vote. Vote now. Record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item 23 under non-residential site plans, non-residential site plan review for the Gathering Church on 10.54 acres located off Arno Road in the 5th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant is requesting approval of an approximately 25,000 square foot church building and the associated parking. The property in question is located on Arno Road, approximately a quarter-mile north of the Meeks Road intersection. The site is bordered to the north by the required open space for the Stag's Leap development, and the wastewater treatment system for the same development is to the east. Black Dog Market and Millcroft and Utility District's offices are to the south. Primary access will be taken from Arno Road, and a secondary gated access will be located on Meeks Road. The applicant has coordinated the connection to Arno Road with the Williamson County Highway Department to ensure there are no conflicts with the future widening of the roadway. Water to the site is to be served by Millcroft and Utility District, and staff has received confirmation that service is available. Wastewater will be handled via the Stag's Leap non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system. A revised design development report was prepared by the applicant and submitted to the county. The county's wastewater consultant has reviewed the report and is recommending approval from a wastewater standpoint. Site plan is in order, and staff recommends approval with the following conditions. Number 1, proof of connection to the Stag's Leap wastewater treatment and disposal system shall be submitted prior to the issuance of the certificate of occupancy for the building. Number 2, posting of a performance bond for landscaping improvements in the amount of $88,600. Number 3, execution of a stormwater maintenance agreement and submission of an operation and maintenance plan for stormwater improvements. And number 4, all signage must be approved per ordinance requirements.
Questions of staff? Comments? Pete?
I think the sewage treatment plant mentioned is to the west of the church rather than to the east of the church.
That's correct. That was my fault.
Okay. Anything else? Beth?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just had a couple of questions. I noticed that a 25,000 square foot church at this location, could staff answer for me, first of all, what is the required amount of parking for that type of a use? And does 10 acres will have plenty for the use of a public institutional church?
I don't have the zoning ordinance with me, but the parking requirements are based on the size of the sanctuary per seat in the sanctuary. And so the parking requirements shown on the site plan meets the requirements of the zoning ordinance.
So it's based on the sanctuary.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have any indication that there would be any use of this church other than for worship? Is there any other gatherings or schools or any use that's been communicated to staff?
None have been communicated to staff. The applicant is here. Can defer the question to them. They should be able to answer that for you.
Okay, thank you.
The applicant for this agenda item? Are you here? You want to come forward, please? In your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Matt Bryant with M2 Group, representing the Gathering Church.
Okay. Did you hear the question?
I did hear the question. I mean, the main purpose of the church is obviously for worship-related activities, but they are doing like a Mother's Day Out program on a weekly basis. So there will be some other activities that are there, but I'm not sure that that's entirely vetted at this moment. But the parking that we provided is compliant with the zoning ordinance based on the number of seats that are in the sanctuary.
Thank you. I guess this follow-up question is for staff. If a church is going to expand any kind of use, whether it be, Mother's Day Out or preschool or something in the future, is the parking requirements impacted by those expanded uses, or is it just merely based on the initial application of the sanctuary seating?
Commissioner Lothers, I'll try to address that.
Thank you.
The parking requirements for churches are based on the number of seats in the sanctuary. However, they also anticipate like auxiliary uses that are customary for churches. It's pretty common that a church would have a Mother's Day Out program or other ministries that might happen outside of a typical Sunday morning or whenever the main worship service is. And so all of that can be accommodated within this approval. If they're proposing something like a school, something that's not considered accessory to a church, then that would have to come back before you all in all likelihood, but certainly us, and we would look at parking requirements at that point.
Great, thank you very much.
Anything else? Thank you, sir. Any other questions, comments? Motion? Motion made and seconded. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Robin, record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item 24, under preliminary plats, preliminary plat review for Kings Chapel Phase 9 containing 0 lots, okay, on 123.682 acres located off Murfreesboro Road in the 5th voting district.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A revised concept plan for this development was approved at the September 2008 meeting. The applicant is now requesting preliminary plat approval for the 9th phase of the development, which consists of no buildable lots, approximately 119 acres of open space, and the right-of-way for Majestic Meadows Drive. The applicant has requested action on this item be deferred until the September 2019 meeting in order to allow additional time to address staff's comments. Staff concurs with this request.
Motion to defer. Motion made and seconded. Prepare to vote. Vote down. Record it. Will? Can we record it?
Yeah, hold on.
Is it vote? It's not moving?
If you got it in the record, say again?
We could voice vote.
That's what I can
'Cause it's,
do.
like, stuck.
We're going to do voice vote. I think our computer battery's low again. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item 25, under preliminary plats, preliminary plat review for Kings Chapel Phase 10, containing 7 lots on 28.14 acres located off of Murfreesboro Road in the 5th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A revised concept plan for this development was approved at the September 2008 meeting. The applicant is now requesting preliminary plat approval for the 10th phase of the development, which consists of 7 lots. The applicant has requested action on this item be deferred until the September 2019 meeting in order to allow additional time to address staff's comments. Staff concurs with this request.
Thank you, sir. Motion to defer. I need a second. Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Oh, never mind. I just did that. Prepare to vote. See if it's going to work this time.
That's weird.
Hey, motion carries. Thank you.
That was 24.
Is that 24 that just went through?
Yeah,
Fortunately, it was the exact same vote, though.
yeah, it was.
All right.
See if they'll do it again.
That's right, exactly.
Can we put up item 25, please, ma'am?
They just updated the system.
There we go.
All right. Prepare to vote. Record it.
Well, it keeps popping.
Motion carries. Hey, we're back in the groove. Under final plats, agenda item 26, final plat review for the Farmstead Large Lot Easement Subdivision reapproval containing 6 lots on 33.7 acres located off of Paidensville Trinity Road in the 5th voting district.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A final plat for this development was approved at the December 13th, 2018 meeting. Subsequently, staff discovered violations of the stormwater regulations on the property, which were not able to be addressed before the approval by this body expired. The violations have since been addressed satisfactorily, and the applicant is requesting reapproval of the final plat. Staff recommends reapproval with the following conditions. Number 1, a notice of coverage issued by TDEC will be required prior to the signing of the plat. Number 2, a land disturbance permit must be obtained for the overall development. And number 3, driveway and drainage infrastructure must be complete prior to issuance of building permits.
Thank you, sir. This is a reapproval. Any questions or comments? Motion made and seconded. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Finally, under agenda item 27, establishment of a performance bond for landscaping for Ivy Brook Academy on 5.88 acres located off Lewisburg Pike in the 2nd voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A site plan for this use is under review by staff. However, due to the cost of the required landscaping improvements and pursuant to section 16.01 of the zoning ordinance, a performance bond for landscaping improvements must be established by the Planning Commission prior to final site plan approval by staff. Staff recommends the establishment of a performance bond for landscaping improvements in the amount of $18,400.
Thank you, sir. Questions of staff? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Prepare to vote. Vote now. Record it. How did that get up there?
I don't know. It's all jacked up.
Batteries, guy, buy some batteries.
You may want to do a voice vote here, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah, we don't have another item full of fat, so.
all right, we're gonna voice vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. I would like a motion to adjourn. Can we pull that off? To adjourn? Thank you, Sammy, for your clever interference. We are adjourned. Thank you.